Frequently asked questions that cleaners have about growing their business. We've been doing the $500,000 cleaning business blueprint, where I've been helping cleaning companies really get their head wrapped around what it takes to get to $500,000 and beyond. So I'm going to go over the most frequently asked questions that I get and that I've gotten over the last few weeks about how to grow your cleaning business. So, do you need employees? This is a big one because some of you are scared to get employees. I don't blame you. You should be scared to get employees. So do you need employees to get $500,000? The short answer is no. I do know a few, and I literally mean a few, guys who are solo operators that do very close, if not a little bit over, or right at $500,000 per year. But it's not common. I'll be very, very upfront about that. Should you have at least one employee? Probably, right? But the thing is, you don't have to. So there are ways to do this if your job averages are enough to where you can do it solo without employees or just one employee. How many jobs per week do I need to hit $500,000? And it really depends on what your average job ticket is. Let's say if you're doing it by yourself, let's say if you did want to do it with one truck, you're going to need a high average job ticket. So let's say $400 average job ticket. Some less, some more, but the average. Let's say you do 4 jobs per day, and let's say you're belting it out 6 days per week. So that's $9,600 per week in sales times 52, $499,000 in sales. So right at $500,000 to be able to do that with a $400 job average. So you see how you have to have a higher job average ticket to be able to do that. Now let's say you have 2 trucks. Well, that changes everything. You could do the same amount of sales with just a $200 average job ticket. So it really depends on how many trucks you're running and what your average job ticket is. Now, should you focus on more jobs or higher job tickets? The answer to that is yes and yes, right? The more jobs you have, obviously, the more sales you're going to get. The higher job ticket you have, the higher sales that you're going to get. And we concentrate really in the toolkit on doing both. How much will I need to spend on marketing? This is always a big question. Well, this is another wild card because it really depends on what kind of returns you're getting for your advertising. Usually the way I teach advertising is that you need to be getting at least a 3-to-1 return on your advertising or test something else. And you need to have at least 3 media that actually work. So if you are spending $3,000 per month on marketing and you're getting a 3-to-1 return, which is about the minimum that I would recommend, you're getting $9,000 in business. Now, according to the sales that we just looked at, you would need to be spending, if you were a fresh new company with no clients, right? You would need to be spending $3,000 per week on marketing, provided your marketing was working for you and you were getting a 3-to-1 return. Now, a lot of you have repeat clients, which is great. The whole point of really one of the big points for the toolkit is teaching you how to go back to your past clients to get them coming back more often, giving you those bigger, higher job tickets and more frequent cleanings so that you don't really need to spend $3,000 a week. I would say a lot of companies that I know that do $500,000 spend with the repeat clients and they've been in business for a couple of years. A lot of them spend $2,000 a month, some of them a bit more, some of them a bit less. There's no real one number, but $2,000 is pretty average, $2,000, $2,500, somewhere in that range. So it really depends on how profitable your advertising is and how much you need to get for sales. Well, I need to raise my prices. You don't have to. I would recommend it. You don't have to raise your prices tremendously, but yes, a small raise would be probably beneficial to be able to get the higher job ticket, but it's not absolutely necessary. Well, I need to do more upsells. Again, same thing. You don't have to. I would recommend it, especially since you are already there in the house. You might as well do it, but again, not absolutely necessary. how do I get more consistent work coming in? This is a loaded question, and it's really about effective marketing. Really, having 3 different sources of marketing is what I recommend that actually work for you, getting you jobs coming in. And the big thing too is marketing to your past clients. If you market to your past clients the right way, you can get as much as an 80, if not even 85, 90% repeat client ratio coming back to where you're not chasing after new clients all the time. That's a big recommendation that I recommend when you're really building any sort of a business. So that's a big part of it, repeat clients, and then finding the advertising that works and then doubling down on that advertising. Do I need to do Google Ads or SEO to reach 500K? You don't need to. Should you? Probably, right? But it's, again, not really, it's not the golden ticket. So keep that in mind. It is something that probably is something you should be doing, but again, it's not imperative that you do it. How important is targeting high income neighborhoods? The same thing. It's pretty important. I definitely recommend that on some level you're targeting high-end homeowners. Now, doing it by neighborhood marketing or not is up to you. You don't have to use EDDM, neighborhood marketing and postcards, and doing geofencing through Facebook ads and Google ads, but I do highly recommend it as one of the sources for getting clients coming in to be able to build that average sales ticket up. So those are the most frequently asked questions. Click the link below this video to see details on the $500,000 cleaning business blueprint.